Hi, it's me, Reverend Nada here, welcoming you back to this time of study. This week we start a new unit, Unit 3, titled Christians and Sacrifice. Christians and Sacrifice. And our lesson title will be Construction Zone. It will be Construction Zone. The devotional reading for our lesson this week will be 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 14 through 18. And the background scripture, 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 1 through 23. In our printed text, the printed text for this week's lesson is 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verses 10 through 23. Now, our key verse, it reads as follows. No one can lay any foundation other than the one already laid, which is Jesus Christ. That's 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse 11. And our commentator, he gave us some goals, some aims to work towards as you're studying this week. First, to assess the factors faced by the Corinthian church community that caused Paul to write 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and 3. What was the motivation behind that? Then we'll value the foundation and building materials that make for a solid and united church community, and identify how God's holy temple, how his holy temple shows in and through believers. What are people experiencing when they come into contact with you? I'm going to throw that out there. Are they experiencing the light and love of Jesus Christ? Or are they coming into contact with your opinions, your angst, your woes, your anger, your attitude? As they encounter us, they should encounter Christ. Now, as you study your lesson this week, Paul describes 3 things he wants us to look at. The church as God's field in which leaders labor, performing different but essential tasks for God and his people, not for themselves, as noted in verses 5 through 9. Number 2, the church as a building established on Christ as its foundation, not in its spiritual leader. That's verses 10 through 17. And 3, emphasizing the significance of maintaining the proper view of oneself, others, possessions, and God to foster unity and avoid divisions in the faith community, as noted in verses 18 through 23. Now, as you go into your time of study, I pray you will pay close attention to what is happening not only in the background scripture, but definitely in our printed text. I look forward to meeting with you again. Be blessed.